Hello everyone, this is Lying Figure, and today we're back playing Silent Hill 3. So we just finished the Brookhaven Hospital section, we beat Leonard, we got the Seal of Metatron, so all we have to do now is leave the hospital. And we're back on this. Oh.
Send her to my father?
Was that wrong?
It's your fault that he...
But surely it's a good thing. It means he was one of God's beloved, no?
Those who mock God will never receive salvation. You'll go to hell, Vincent. You'll never feel the joy of God's everlasting paradise.
And you think God is going to save you? Ha!
What do you know anyway?
I know about the pleasures of this world. And I want to find my happiness while I'm still here. You hated your father, didn't you? I saw the way he hit you, and kicked you, and made you cry. The memory of his cruelty is forever burned into my mind.
Yes, and that's why we need God.
What you call faith is nothing more than a child crying out for love. That's why you're all alone.
You don't understand. None of you do.
That's a cool cutscene. I like it because it shows more of Vincent's character, of course. Sneaky, snide, not completely religious, kind of using the organization for his own benefit, which we'll learn more about later. But also Claudia is obviously a very true believer. It's a very strong conviction of hers. And honestly, despite the terrible things that she does and has done to us, having Harry killed and all that, I kind of respect Claudia for her complete devout belief and genuinely believes that she's going to bring about paradise and salvation for people, which I can respect that, you know. So good for Claudia, even though she's a fucking bitch. So you might notice, maybe you don't, but the game is a lot laggier today. I got a much higher frame rate. I'm actually running a pretty solid 60 FPS right now, which is really good. Although I only record in 30, so you won't notice. But it's very steady. This fog here isn't killing my computer today. That's because I completely rebooted my computer. I closed a ton of programs, fixed a few things, and so the game is running a bit smoother. It just seems like after a week of me running my computer straight without turning it off, maybe something caches, it just builds up and it slows down this game a bit. But it's not that bad anyways, even when it's at its worst. Anyways, so if you remember, we were to head back to the motel to try and meet up with Douglas and see if he found anything where he went to the amusement park. So this is our room 106. Let's head inside.
Where's Douglas?
He went out. But he left a message for you.
Was there someone else here just now?
No, just me. Don't you want to know what the message is?
Yeah, what did he say?
The church is on the other side of the lake.
Church? Wonder what he meant by that.
You don't understand? That's where Claudia is. Across the lake. On the north side. If you're going, you better go through the amusement park. It's probably the only way in now. Go northwest on Nathan Avenue. It's a bit far, but closer than heaven.
Is that it for the message?
Uh-huh.
Thanks. Douglas really said that?
What's wrong? You don't trust me?
What, you don't trust Vincent, Heather? Come on now. Let me see if I can go back in. I don't think you can. I don't think I'll go back inside. I really should go to the amusement park. Go northwest on Nathan Avenue. Let's take a look at our map. And if you remember in Silent Hill 2, that is where it heads towards the Silent Hill Historical Society, which has a big Civil War prison over it. I love messing around with this menu and moving around because for some reason this menu runs at like 140 FPS. I mean, I guess it makes sense since it's not, straining or anything. But it just the way everything moves looks pretty cool. Anyways, so I forgot. Maybe I didn't point it out well enough, but Nathan Avenue is. What the? Do you see that? I'm pressing the A button, and it seems to make all the markings disappear. Fascinating. And if I press the D button, my player icon disappears. What kind of a feature is that? That's bizarre. Anyways, so let's head towards up Nathan Avenue to the amusement park. Of course, it's on kind of the other corner of, not other corner of the lake, but all around a curve, and so we're going to fade away, and it will transition, and unfortunately we won't be able to make it to the Silent Hill Historical Society before the transition that the game forces upon us. But that's okay. So I've had a pretty good day. I hope you're having a good day. I was up all night again, but it's about 11 in the morning, and I played Fallout 1 all night. There's a Steam sale going, and I love Fallout New Vegas, so I figured let's play the originals. So I played Fallout 1 all night, and it's a really great game. I can't recommend it enough, honestly. If you can handle a very old RPG game like that, it's awesome. Skip 3 and play New Vegas. How strange that Heather's having some stomach pains and creepy noises play when she has them. Now, astute viewers might notice that this is, in fact, the beginning of the game, the dream sequence that we went through. So let's run back over here and just check the gate. Door is shut tight. If I can walk around this. I can see this door shut tight as well. Let me turn down the sound of my headset a little bit. I'm gonna go deaf. So, you'll recognize this. If you don't, go back to episode 1 and watch it. Not much to explain here, really. Except that this is the Lakeside Amusement Park. And this is the same thing we saw in the beginning of the game. Sorry about that. There's Valtiel right there, hanging inside the cage. And we see another Valtiel here. There's a popcorn machine, some bathrooms. There's Robbie the rabbit. It's a giant rabbit costume. Isn't this the mascot from the local amusement park? I don't want to look inside. Something in there smells terrible. I forgot to mention this before, but there's a a big, not official poll, but like the biggest fan websites all did a shared poll for Silent Hill, and overwhelmingly it was agreed that these Robbie the Rabbit dolls are sentient and are actually watching you. Sorry, are actually watching you, which is pretty cool. And again, this is the giant, cross-armed, cloth-covered figure that, actually, now that I think of it, resembles Harry's body in the bed scene quite a bit, but also it's the exact rip from Silent Hill 1 of the in poor taste painting in the Midwich Elementary School, and a recurring figure in the game. And another faulty L hanging by one hand. So anyways, we have to go through here, which the camera will tell us, thankfully. And what does this say? Souvenir Avenue. So let's head up Souvenir Avenue here. And just like in the beginning of the game, it's going to be riddled with enemies. Now I'm actually just going to run past these guys. I don't want to kill too many enemies, because it will affect our ending. I think that there's one ending where there's a rabbit stuffed animal here. There's one ending where you need to kill like 300 enemies to get it. And I don't think I'm gonna kill that many, so I'm not too worried, but should be careful anyways. I want the normal canon ending. There's a rabbit stuffed animal here. So, same souvenir shop from the beginning of the game. But there is a first aid kit here, which wasn't in the beginning of the game. And also some beef jerky. Now we can check everything out. Nothing too exciting. Remember this calendar though, because it says Borley Mansion. And we're going to go to a Borley Mansion pretty soon. What was that loud banging noise? Well, someone knocked over all these candies here. And we can see that there's a big safe icon. But more interestingly, there's a massive key inside this box. So let's grab this key. I got a roller coaster key. That will come in handy. It's called the Mountain Coaster. And let's go ahead and save our game here just to be safe. Souvenir shop. Sorry I'm being quiet. I'm trying to find something around here that I didn't see at the beginning of the game, but it's pretty neat if I can find it. Rosewater's, Lindsay's. Now from what I've read, there's a box around here that says Lakeview chocolates or something like that. And of course, Lakeview is the hotel in Silent Hill 2, and the implication is that they have a chocolate shop there or something like that. But I don't see it. Yeah. Might not be in this version. I might just be blind and be missing it, or any combination of things. But yeah, I'm not seeing it. That's okay though, it's nothing amazing. So we did get the roller coaster key. So let's keep moving on. Now let's run past this big closer here. Excuse me, buddy. And run through this door. Dodge around all these wicked enemies. And run up to the top of this mountain coaster. We're being pursued by some pendulums, so need to be a little bit careful. And we can use the coaster key to open this up. And see, there's a giant dead body here. What the hell is this? I feel like I'd catch something nasty if I touched it. I really better not mess with it, not that I especially want to. I guess it could be someone's leg. Anyways, we need to grab these health drinks and then go ahead and push this switch over here. Turn it off. And then we can get on the coaster. Because if you remember in the beginning of the game, we didn't do this. And we got hit by the roller coaster in our dream. So let's maneuver well and try not to fall off here. What is this over here? Oh, my bad there. And right here, the evil of the town will go ahead and turn on the roller coaster.
I hired you to find the girl, and you performed serviceably. What is it now?
You lied to me about Heather, lady. I don't like being used.
Lie? What lie?
That Heather was kidnapped from you.
But it's true. She was originally one of us. That man, Harry Mason, stole her away and kept her hidden from us.
Yeah, but she says she was happy.
She was brainwashed by him, deceived, because her true self had not yet awoken. She carries God within her. But when Alessa, Mother of God, truly awakens,
Yeah? What's gonna happen?
she will usher in the eternal paradise.
What kind of place is that?
A place with no pain, no hunger, no sickness, no old age. There will be no greed or war, and all will live by God's grace alone.
No this, no that, no nothing. A paradise? For castrated sheep, maybe. Sounds pretty boring.
I pity you. You still don't understand. You're going to kill me? Is it really so easy for you?
I've done it before.
Then I truly do pity you.
So, cool cutscene. We get the... Well, we find out that Douglas has shot someone before, probably killed them, you know, assuming. Not that that's a huge thing in the game or anything, it's just worth noting. And also, I just want to talk a little bit about Claudia. Again, like I was saying earlier, I can respect her religious fervor, I can respect her beliefs. And, again, she's meant to parallel Dahlia Gillespie, who was Alessa's mother and abused her and set her on fire and did all sorts of terrible things to her own daughter. And I can respect Claudia a lot more than that, because, one, she's doing it to bring about paradise for humanity, where there's no war, no suffering, and so on. And she's also doing it because, well, I mean, she has some noble causes, and she's not as downright cruel as Dahlia was, who was just straight up sadistic. And even Claudia feels bad about what she had to do to Harry, but she thinks it was necessary. It's a popcorn wagon, nothing very interesting about it. This popcorn doesn't look right. I don't think I'll be having any. Then again, I wouldn't eat anything else here. And by the way, this soundtrack right here, this song, I'll be quiet for a second so you can hear it. One of my favorites, just very unsettling. Anyways, that's one of my favorite, more straight up horror, just straight up creep out soundtracks or songs in the game. So you see on the sign, Borley Haunted Mansion, that's where we need to go. The only way to go. So let's head here to the Borley Haunted Mansion. Now this place is, obviously, we're in an amusement park, so it's meant to be kind of a fake haunted mansion, whatever. But it is worth noting that that there's a place, if you have a weak heart or may be pregnant, please refrain from entering. Any children under the age of 8 must be accompanied by an adult. Just your typical warning about a ride, nothing to worry about, I guess. Is there nothing to worry about? There's a famous haunted mansion place that's supposedly actually haunted and called the Borley Rectory in England, so that's where this gets its name from. But for the most part in here, I'm going to be quiet because there's a long narration track, so just consider this, I'll speak on a few things, but consider this kind of an extended cutscene.
Welcome to the Borley Haunted Mansion. We're so glad you came. Please come inside and look around. When you feel you're ready, then go through the door. Help! Help! Do you hear those voices? A family of 4 was sliced into bloody pieces in this room. Ah, the cries of the children. The murderer was caught. Do you know why he said he killed his family? Because I felt I had to! Anyway, I'm lying. It's all just a joke. I wanted to scare you, that's all. The truth is, only one person died. By suicide. That's Danny. A quiet young man, but quite friendly as you can see. He was so eager to meet you. His hometown is New Orleans, but he came here after first losing his way. Oh, maybe you might know. Where is the path to heaven?
So I just want to say something briefly, which is, there's something very creepy about the fact that the narrator is speaking directly to you about the path to heaven and all that. Also, this creaking is very creepy, and also the way that his body keeps swinging is pretty funny. Now, this is Danny, and Danny, not much to say about Danny, except that apparently his clothing, his outfit, and how he looks in general is directly modeled after the developer who made him and modeled him, what he was wearing the day that he first started making him. So, yeah, just a fun little fact. And this is, a lot of people think this creaking guy hunched over in his chair is meant to parallel Harry in a way and his death scene. But, you know, a creaky chair in a haunted mansion with an old skeleton rocking back and forth in it, I don't think it's, you know, has to be a reference or anything. But we can't move Danny aside, so we have to go through this door.
This mansion is quite old, so please watch your step. Sometimes the floor suddenly gives way, and beneath the floor, there's nothing. I'm so sorry. This place is just falling apart. The mechanism is broken, you see. It wasn't supposed to stop there, I assure you. There's the exit. I hope you enjoyed your tour. Please come back anytime. Or if you'd prefer, we could come and visit you instead.
So, just a cool thing here to note is if you remember the Born from a Wish sub-scenario in Silent Hill 2, a lot of these paintings in this mansion and on the wall over there are from that mansion, which is pretty neat. Obviously just reused assets, no real lore reason for it, but it's a, you know, cool thing anyways. Also pretty creepy, we'll come visit you and all that. So this is the exit, we're gonna head on through and leave the mansion. Or are we?
That was supposed to be the exit, but it seems that no one wants you to leave. Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them forever. I have to agree with them.
Sorry, I was going to explain some things during that part, but it's infamously difficult to get through there, and, you know, it's literally a maze, and if you slow down for even 2 or 3 seconds, you will die, which is why, if you're wearing the bulletproof vest in that part, it slows you down like 10 to 20%, but you will die if you wear it. It's mandatory to take it off beforehand. Now, let me kill these enemies here so I can speak a little more without any interruption. But that little sequence is really neat. It has a few little lore bits. Uh-oh, he's gonna hit me. That's okay. So I killed 2 closers. Cool. Anyways, that's, first off, let me just tell you what inspired it, which is that movie Session 9, where we saw the wheelchair imagery from, it's the inspiration for a lot of things in this game. It's a horror movie, kind of. It's Session 9, it's called. And Session 9 is, there's a scene in the movie where a character is deep in an underground tunnel, and it's kind of like a laminated hallway, and he's in a laminated suit, or laminate, you know, like plastic wrapped and everything, and there are lights lining the hallway, and this character has a phobia of darkness, and the lights slowly start turning off, so he starts sprinting, and they're following him, the darkness is following him, and it's a pretty terrifying scene, and that's apparently what inspired that little scene there. And one interesting thing is that if you, I don't know if you remember, or not remember, but if you have seen any Silent Hill Downpour playthrough, or any, you know, gameplay, you know that one of the main mechanics is running from a void, it's called the Void, which is this weird red decaying thing. And it's generally thought, although not many people ever pointed out, that this was the inspiration for that, actually, is the, you know, the running from the red void behind you that will kill you if it catches you. although it's much easier in Downpour. And that's not a mechanic that's, you know, exclusive to this and Downpour. Silent Hill Shattered Memories actually doesn't have any combat at all. It's all the action sequences are chase sequences like that. Although they have actual monsters that are customized to how you play, and that's different from a Void like it is in this and Downpour. Just interesting fact that, you know, Downpour takes one of its major mechanics from something that's in literally 2 rooms in this game. It's just an odd little thing that they did that. But, you know, it's probably the best part of Downpour, honestly. The environments they did for that, the impossible places, are really cool, if I'm being honest. There's some good ideas in Downpour. Downpour is no Homecoming, you know. Downpour is a fun game. You can have fun playing it. There are fun side quests. Not a great Silent Hill game, but it doesn't shit all over Silent Hill. It obviously likes Silent Hill. It has some very nice tribute side quests and good references, and not really a great Silent Hill game, but doesn't shit all over Silent Hill, and can be fun if you really, you know, just don't take it seriously. Anyways, yeah, just thought I'd talk about that. So, let's head through here. And there's a lot of enemies in these areas, so I'm just gonna sprint through most of them. But you're not missing anything. There's a dead Robbie the Rabbit there. Some shotgun shells and a health drink. It's a flyer for some kind of musical for kids. It looks like they did it on the stage. This place is empty now, but I'll bet it was packed back in the day. I bet it was too. So let's grab this chain from the bleacher here, and then run on this little children's stage. And we'll see, with a spotlight in the middle, is a bright red shoe. And you know what? This is probably a good place to end this episode, because we're approaching a pretty big section and boss fight. So this will be a good place to end. Plus I have some things to explain. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoy as much as I enjoy making it. And take care.